in grade 2. Good morning, my dear students. I hope you're all in good health. Today I'll talk about a new lesson. Before we will start, open your book page number 659. Today we'll talk about a new lesson called Tell Time to the Minute. In this lesson, we will learn how to read the clock and learn about the types of the clock. Let's take the types of the clock. There are two types of a clock. First type, called a digital clock. This type of a clock, like this. A digital clock shows the time in numbers. Okay. Second type of a clock, called an analog clock, like this. Short or small hand expresses an hour hand, and long hand expresses a minute hand. Okay? Let's watch a video to explain this and come back.
Hey there! Today we will learn how to tell and write time. First, let's learn how to tell time using digital clocks. This is pretty easy since all we have to do is read through the numbers. For example, let's read the time on this clock. Note that we have to read two numbers separated by a colon. So this clock says 8:30. Let's try this second clock. Notice that we have two zeros on the right side of the colon. This means 60 minutes or 1 hour has passed. However, we don't read it as 00. In telling time, we read this as o'clock. So this clock reads as 2 o'clock. Let's do more practice by matching the digital clock to the written time. Clock A is read as 3 o'clock. Clock B is read as 11 o'clock. Clock C is read as 5:30. Clock D is read as 9:30. Good job! Now, let's move on to telling the time using analog clocks. Analog clocks have two hands. The hour hand is the short one, and the minute hand is the long one. A few things to remember. If the minute hand is pointed at 12, it represents 60 minutes or 1 hour and is read as o'clock. While if it's pointed at 6, it represents 30 minutes. And sometimes the hour hand will not point exactly at a number. In these cases, follow the number which it has recently passed. Let's try reading this analog clock. The hour hand is pointed at 4, and the minute hand is pointed at 12. So the time is 4 o'clock. How about this next clock? The hour hand is pointed somewhere between 8 and 9, meaning it is just past 8, while the minute hand is pointed at 6. So the time is 8:30. Let's test our time-telling skills by choosing the correct digital clock that matches the analog clock. The hour hour hand is pointed at 6 and the minute hand is pointed at 12. So the time is 6 o'clock. This is the same as digital clock B. Next, the hour hand is pointed between 1 and 2, meaning it is just past 1, while the minute hand is pointed at 6. So the time is 1:30. This is the same as digital clock A. Next, both the hour and minute hands are pointed at 12. So the time is 12 o'clock. This is the same as digital clock D. Next, the hour hand is pointed between 6 and 7, meaning it is just past 6, while the minute hand is pointed exactly at 6. So the time is 6:30. This is the same as digital clock C. You did great! I hope this helped you in learning how to tell and write time. See you next time!
After watching the video, let's take lesson objective. In this lesson, students will tell time to the nearest minute. New words like analog clock, digital clock, analog clock, digital clock. Let's take two types of a clock. First type of a clock called analog clock. This is an analog clock face. The numbers round the clock face are hours. There are 12 hours marked on the clock. Start was 12, end was 11. Okay? This line's called minutes. When we count 1 hour, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay? There are 60 minutes on the clock. This is because when we count 1 hour, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. In analog clock, there are two hands, short or small hand points to the hours, and long or big hand points to the minutes. Okay? Let's take second type of a clock called digital clock. This is digital clock like this. These two dots called colon. The hours are to the left of the colon. The minutes are to the right of the colon. Okay? So let's come back to our book. Open your book page number 660. Example number 2. Jack's soccer practice ended. What time is it? You want to know the time here. Okay? We said that these two dots called colon. The digits before the colon show the hour, and the digits after the colon show the minutes. So when you read this, you will say, or you will start from left side. So you will say 12:15. Or when you start to read from right side, you will say 15 minutes past 12. Again, when you read this, you will start from left side. You will say 12:15. Or when you read and start with right side, you will say 15 minutes past 12. Okay? Today we finished our session and we complete our lesson the next session. Okay, my dear students? Thanks, my dear students.